Hi everyone, this is Amanda here, and today we are going to be making a rain cloud, or rain in a jar. So, in order for us to do that, first we kind of have to understand how rain works. So, rain, everyone kind of knows that rain comes down from the sky from the clouds. But how does it get there? So, to explain kind of how rain gets there, we have this great thing called the water cycle. So, we're going to pretend that this washcloth is the clouds. And this is just to catch what happens. So what happens is clouds are made of little bitty drops of water, and they keep absorbing water. So this will be a cloud. This is all the water it's absorbing. So the washcloth started out as dry, but now it's getting wet. Okay? Eventually, it'll get so wet it can no longer hold any more water. And when that happens, it rains. So, kind of to demonstrate our little rain cloud in a jar, here's a few things you'll need. So, you'll need food coloring. You'll need pipettes, which are little droppers. If you don't have these, because we are under quarantine right now, we're not supposed to be going out, you can make these at home. They're not the super best, but they work. So I took a straw and I cut part of it off and made enough water so I could dip it in, and you can use it as a dropper like that. Like I said, not as great as a pipette, but it works. So I have three colors of rain that we'll be using, or you can just do traditional blue. If you do not have pipettes at all, you can just do food coloring straight from the food coloring dropper. You'll run out of food coloring faster this way, but it's doable. So you'll need all of that, and I have them over here pre-mixed next to my handy assistants, Vader or Darth Vader and Baby Belt. So you'll need that. You'll need a jar or a vase. I tend to like a jar that has kind of a lip on it. That way everything won't just spill out. However, if you have just a smaller jar or like a mason jar, you can put a dish under it to catch all of that. So also like it to be where you can actually see through the jar for the most part. So preferably something clear. Any kind of vase will work. Next, you'll need shaving cream. I do not recommend using this kind of shaving cream. This is all we had at the house, but it's gel and it doesn't work as well. What I would recommend is like the cheapest kind you can get, like Barbasol. So you can get it for like $1.50. It's super cheap. But that way you can squirt it straight into the top of your jar. So after that, that's pretty much it as far as what you will need. If you're doing the mixing thing, you will need like little jars, little containers of some sort. You can use like cups. So how you'll start off is you will fill your jar with water. I filled mine to about here. That way you can see, there's more room for the rain to come down. So then next, I had to whip this, which is why I do not recommend using gel shaving cream. Definitely not the thing I would use. If you can, Barbasol's best. So you want to fill it kind of at the top. I've seen a lot of different experiments where they've just filled it to where it overflows. I would not recommend doing that. It'll kind of get everywhere. Also, the thicker the shaving cream that you have, the harder it will be for stuff to get down in there. So we're going to go ahead and start. So we have our cloud, we have our sky, and we are going to see if we can make some rain. So what you'll do is you'll take your pipettes, your homemade pipettes, if that's what you're using, and you'll start to drip. Sorry, that's the little thing I dripped out. Start to drip water into your cloud. So right now you are filling your cloud up. So what's going to happen is eventually you'll fill it up. And if you're having difficulties with this, you can kind of stick it down in there, puncture the surface a little bit. You are supposed to kind of, like when you change colors, kind of wipe it off if you are doing that. Otherwise it'll get gunked up with shaving cream. So if you need to kind of make a little hole like I did, so now you can kind of see it coming down. Move it a little closer. So yeah, you can see our rain is starting to happen. Move out of the way because my shirt is the same color. So I'm going to do some purple. And if you are working on kind of a wooden tabletop surface, this does get kind of messy, especially with little ones. I would recommend putting a towel down. So right now we are up in my office / the guest bedroom because Mr. Tom is downstairs working. And I'm trying to not disturb him. So eventually, like I said, it takes a minute. You kind of have to poke at it. This is a fine motor exercise for the littles as well. You can see it start coming through, especially with the pipette because they have to practice like squeezing the end to get water up and then squeezing it to make the water come out. So, do a little green. Like I said, you may have to kind of puncture it a little bit to help your clouds out, especially if they're super duper full. So, like I said, if you are doing just the straight up food coloring method, if you need some help, kind of take straw, you can kind of puncture it a little bit, help it out. Make some holes in your cloud if it's not working right. Science, we always have to be innovative. So I like to kind of take it, if I'm just doing the food coloring, and going around the edges on the outside. You kind of start to see it happening. There's some purple on this side. Oh, there goes some blue. So I may have to help it a little bit. Give it a little poke right there. Like I said, you can make this as long as or short as you want. And it's colorful too, so you can add as many different colors as you would like. I find that after a while the blue kind of all runs together and you kind of can't see what's going on. I feel like we need some speed up music here. So we'll back it up a little bit. You can actually kind of see all the colors in the top of the jar. Like I said, this is why I caution about using too much shaving cream. Sometimes it doesn't always work. So, let's see if I can take some of the glare off. Moving it this way. So yeah, you can actually see all the rain coming down, quote unquote. So, simulates the cloud getting full, and what happens when the cloud gets full? It rains. So, this is one of my favorite experiments. It definitely works a whole lot better in the classroom or in person, I guess. So, with your kids can actually do it. It's one of those things you can make it as long or as short as you want to. Go in depth as you want to and explain the water cycle. Usually don't go very much in depth. So that's basically all I got. I do have to give mad props to the website growingajeweledrose.com. That's where I got this from. There's a bunch of other places you can get it as well. But I do like how they explained it and how they went through the whole thing. So anyway, everyone, I hope you are staying safe and dry and practicing social distancing, using your Germ-X, and washing your hands. And remember, I love you guys. Miss you guys.